curious, Andy, the specifics for you or your team. Like, what's a typical 30 minutes pre-shift or the first 30 minutes of shift startup, specifically around like crewing or attendance or shift alignment? How does that look for you and your teams?
Yeah, so we do a lot of cellular manufacturing, and then we have cell leaders who, and I probably should have explained this, we're a union shop. So the way that our org structure kind of works is we have operators or assemblers, and then they report up into a cell leader, and the cell leader is responsible for laying out the work for them. And then the cell leaders are kind of the line right underneath my production managers or supervisors. So basically, the challenge is when nobody's really sure who's going to be in or who's going to be out, the cell leaders don't know exactly who's going to show up to work or not. So they don't know exactly what work they can lay out. And of course, if one of those cell leaders is out, that adds another little spice to the mix. Or if we've got somebody that runs a critical piece of equipment or, a perfect example. So I think it was yesterday. We have a piece of equipment that's critical. It's our bottleneck for one of our processes that is very important for customer orders lately. We've got two operators who had planned on being out, and the third operator who had planned on being in got in a car accident, broke his ankle on his way into work. And so it was super important that we knew that right then and there, as soon as humanly possible. And frankly, because he was dealing with a car accident and an injury to himself, to make it easy for him to report the fact that he was going to be absent, so that we knew before the shift even started that we were about to have a big problem with that piece of equipment. And we already had the wheels rolling for finding somebody that knew how to use that piece of equipment that worked in a different department. Hasn't run it for years. But that's the kind of Band-Aid that we could slap on before the shift even started, which was really helpful.
Wow. Okay. So this
Yeah,
employee, he gets it. I'm just trying to envision the chain of events here. He literally texts in through TeamSense reporting his absence after the car accident. You guys got notified ahead of time?
exactly. And it was at like 4:30 in the morning too, which is the extra bonus. Yep. So instead of him having to, call the guard, and to be perfectly honest, when we finally did talk to him, he was not in super good shape.
Of course.
He quite literally, he texts TeamSense. It's super easy, clicks on the link and then just says, I'm going to be out today. And then we could see that and then react to it, which was cool.
Wow. That's incredible. And for the listeners, that wasn't a teed up story, by the way. So I'm kind of reacting real time to this. I've heard similar stories though. I've heard of employees communicating. I broke down on the side of the road, and because it's 20 seconds, 30 seconds, this easy communication channel, they're willing to communicate more.